Hey, what's going on, everyone? We are live. I'm just gonna jump over to the group here and post a link for you guys, and then we'll give everyone a few minutes just to get here. My computer's going a little bit slow here, a little bit late notice. We were out snowboarding for the day, and it was cool. We'll get into some stuff today, where we'll have you guys map out some stuff that you guys are looking to accomplish and set some stuff up for all of you guys moving forward. Just give me a few minutes here. My computer's going all over the place. All right. Okay, who's here with us live? Most of you guys, I'll wait. I just sent the hangout out to the chat, so I'll just be patient for a little bit so a couple of guys can jump on here with me. But here you go. Who is here with us live? Okay, I'll just grab the one other link. Awesome. So I'll wait, just make sure that everyone that wants to be able to jump on here, I'll wait for a few minutes at least till we get to 6:05 or so, just for a few minutes. It's a little bit late sending out the links. Just make sure that everyone that wants to get here can get here. We are going to go about an hour, just because we do have the AWOL Elite Hangout at 7 p.m. PST. So we want to make sure that everyone does get the opportunity to jump over there. And let me just make sure everyone got it here. Who's coming in? All right, so if you have everyone that is here, just make sure that we're going back to there. I just put a comment saying who's here live in the group there. So for those guys that are here with us, just jump over there. Let us know you're here. We're going to use that thread. What's up, Dalton? How's it going, boss? All right, sorry guys, being a little bit late on that. We went out boarding for the first day. Dalton, how's it going, boss? I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes, just make sure that everyone else gets here. Jeff, what's going on, brother? How's it going, man? We are hurt today. Me and Julian just got out of the hot tub because we went snowboarding for the first time. We bailed. We both probably got knocked out twice, but it was good. It was a lot of fun. It's gonna be a new part of our morning routine. What's up, Dan? How's it going, boss? How you doing? How are you guys doing here? Dalton, how's everything been going? Jeff and Dan, what have you guys been up to this week? What's been going on? Have you guys been going over, reading, listening to audios? What did you guys have set out for the day? Have you been split testing? What have you been running into? Doing great. Have a quick question when you get a chance. Awesome, Dalton. If we can leave the questions for near the end. If you're an elite, we are going to be jumping over to elite at 7. So I want to try and make sure as much of our time here as we can. Let's try and get to your question at near the end there, if that's cool. But yeah, guys, let me know what's up. What's been up for the last little bit. We've been getting some cool stuff going behind the scenes. We just had a little bit of a hosting issue, but we got some new hosting resolved now. And we got our own server for the new system that's going to be coming out here pretty quick. And so we're just going to start shooting the rest of the content, and we're pretty much done. Awesome. So who else is here with us? Let me just go to we'll wait one more minute, then I'll start going here. Just make sure that everyone else can see this. Anyone else here? Awesome. So what we'll do then is, for those of you guys that are here, wait till the next couple days. You're gonna be so sore. Yeah, I know, man. It's gonna get a little wild here. Oh man, someone's prospecting me while we're here. This is awesome. We should almost show that stuff and be like, guys, this is exactly what you do not want to do. Just don't do this. What's going on, Eric? How's it going, boss? Of course, I'm completing 5 pillars. Well, I would expect nothing less, Dalton. Being an elite too, that's going to really reinforce going through that stuff and really understanding the importance of why we do those things, because a lot of people like to push that stuff to the side, you know, and I was the same thing. I was in the same boat. It's like, I want to make money, but really focusing on those 5 pillars, those are honestly the biggest aspects towards you all creating the success that you guys are looking to accomplish. For those of you guys that are here right now, have you guys been here since we did, I believe, the first hangout where we did the exercise where I had you guys go over a vision? You had wrote out a 90-day vision. Let me know, for those few of you guys that are here, if you guys did go over that and you guys have that done. You guys watched it, got it done. You go over that daily. Let me know that in the chat here. If you guys have wrote out your 90-day vision in the present tense, you know exactly where you're going, and you go over that every day. We're gonna go over a couple other things there. Just want to make sure that I guess I'm pretty much gonna get started here, depending if anyone jumps out. Let me see here. Okay, so David will be popping out in a bit. I don't know about Carlson. Awesome. So actually, we got a couple cool things here. Another thing that's actually cool that you guys are going to be able to test out, which is awesome. It's a really cool tool. We'll get to that in a little bit here. And just so you guys can all kind of see some of the stuff that some of the people in Elite and some of the other leaders have been using to automate the split testing of their ads, which was really, really cool. So I'll be able to go and show you guys that stuff in a little bit here. What we're gonna do is Carlson up here. What's up, Carlson? How's it, dude? I love that hat, dude.
Hey, what's going on? How we doing? Oh yeah, life, love it.
That's great, bro. That's so good.
I think that gold matches your gloves.
Oh, nice.
Those are some pimp gloves you got, man. I like them.
Yeah, dude. It was a lot of fun today, man. It was really cool. Really, really cool. So yeah, well, what I was just saying, Carlson, I'll touch on that tool you were showing me the other day, and that in a little bit here. Show some of the guys some of that stuff here. Just want to make sure what's up, Scott? How's it going, boss? Dan says reading the magic in the morning, helping new members, reading motivation daily. Awesome, that's great. Eric did the exercise. Will, how's it going? Awesome. So yeah, guys, the reason why I was saying that, if you guys have done that exercise in the beginning where we went over creating your 90-day goal, and it's so crucial to always have that in sight no matter what happens. Because I've noticed in the group, and I've seen some people that are running into having ads account banned, even some people that are having it happen like over and over. And one of the things is that you really want to make sure that you do is that you're always looking at the vision. It doesn't matter what happens. There's going to be things that happen. Sometimes your ad account's going to get shut down. Sometimes you're going to have a ton of ads that don't convert. Sometimes there's so many variables that could happen. Cool. That's great. It's just a speed bump. And if your vision is big enough and you're always searching for that and always striving forward, none of these things matter, right? Literally, it's absolutely nothing. And so it really just keeping track of that. And as well, if you are running into an issue like that where your account's going to be on, I just want to address that before we move forward here. Really make sure, notice that if you're getting banned over and over, something's up, right? Because not everyone goes through that. There must be something in the mix there that's not right, because there's the majority of the group that goes out here that doesn't get banned over and over, right? So make sure that when you're going through the training, you go through everything to the T. And that's for everyone here too. Whenever we release training moving forward, if you're building your own pages, if you're doing all this stuff, if you don't get it the first time going through it, don't move on to the next step. You know what I mean? Like go back, be like, okay, well, I didn't really get it here. That's why I like to have training videos, because instead of you just going through a whole video, then implementing, I just go through and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, pause, and then I'll go through that part, right? Slowly move through. Because I guarantee you, if you do that through all the training, you're not going to run into nearly as many issues as if you go through all the way. So I would highly suggest doing that moving forward. As far as banned accounts go too, it's going to happen. There's no big deal about it. What you want to do is make sure that you're going through and you're doing everything as laid out. You create a whole new fan page, a whole new actual profile. You're going to need a new domain, a new video, and a new payment. Okay, you need to season your account all over again, right? You need to run your like campaign. All of those things that you did at the beginning, you have to now do that all over again, and you need to make sure that you do all of those things. Okay, so with that being addressed, moving forward, Just wanted to kind of go over a couple things. So for those of you guys that have done your vision, great. If you haven't done that already and you haven't gone through that hangout where we did go over that and we had you guys write our 90-day vision, please check the file section. I believe Justin was kind enough to go and put some of the links in there from previous ones. So go check that out either tonight or whenever you possibly can to be able to go through and do that. So that when you come back here, I guarantee you it's going to help you a lot moving forward, really knowing where you're going. Right. So with that being said, for those of you guys, everyone else, I'm just going to assume that most people have all that done, that you guys are keeping with the 5 pillars, just like Dalton was saying in the group there, where he's taking the time to focus on himself just as much as he focused on his business, right? And you're going through everything that you need to do, your marketing daily, your split testing, your reading, you're listening to audios, you're doing everything. And the only reason we tell you guys all to do this stuff is because that's actually what works, right? And so what I wanted to do, actually, if we can, I'm going to have a link here in a little bit, but Carlson, I would really like, maybe what we'll do is we'll show everyone, we can get them links after, but what we should do is kind of show them what's up with the, that little split testing software. So just to preface this, a lot of you guys, when you're coming into doing ads, right, your split testing is the biggest thing. Right? It's one of the biggest things that you guys run into, and it's one of the things that you really need to be on point with your data. Sometimes it can get difficult. When you're running so many split tests, sometimes it can be hard to track all that. Sometimes you don't even know how to create all of those variations, and it can be a lot of work to go do all of those and manage all of them and figure out the stats and compare them. There can be a lot of things there, and so actually Carlson reached out to me the other day and he was just like, dude, I found one of the sickest tools I have ever seen. And he showed me to it and I was like, oh my God, like everyone in the group here is going to want this. Like this makes life so much easier. Like Carlson's going to run, we'll show you guys a little bit about that so you guys can kind of see what's up there, but it'll make life a lot easier. I was blown away when you showed me that, dude. That was really cool.
Dude, it's changed. It's changed everything. I mean, and it's changed. My leads are increasing every single day. My costs are so easy to manage. And what was really awesome is I was able to very quickly run about 9 campaigns and about 108 ads very quickly to test out a lot of things. And instead of having to create all of those ads, 108 different ads, I was able to do that with just click, 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 click. And it's mind-blowing. The first time I did, I'm like, did I do something wrong? Did I just really, that's really how that worked. And it's really, really cool, guys. So what it does is it gives you opportunity to, first of all, give you very crystal clear tracking. You can see it very easily how it all works. It's really neat. You can actually tell how long everybody's watching your videos, which is really cool. I mean, I think Jane and I learned some about this you can see when are people cutting off at the video. So you can start to learn how to do, how to market a little bit better in your videos. But again, the cool thing is you can split test very easily, very quickly, and it doesn't require creating multiple ads, multiple ads. You can literally click, click, click and do a ton of split tests very quickly. So I've been able to run, like I said, 108 ads. And I narrowed it down just the end of last week towards Wednesday. Got everything down very quickly. Didn't spend that much money doing it. And I got metrics. I got like 2 ads that are crushing it. I'm bringing in like 75 to 100 leads a day right now. And results are speaking for itself. So I tested it out, guys, for a little over 3 weeks before I even brought it up to Jang. There's a lot of stuff out there. I just wanted to make sure it works, guys. And like Jane mentioned, it's the best thing I've seen and running stuff. So, yeah, Jane.
That's awesome, dude. Are you able to share your screen and kind of go over a little bit and show?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, absolutely. I'll pull it up right here, guys. And I just do me a favor, and you'll see some of my interests and stuff like that, guys. Please just don't go blasting my interests or anything like that.
Well, you don't even have to get too in depth showing interests and stuff.
Okay. Let's see if I can avoid it. But anyways, point being is, guys, let me show it to you.
Yeah, let me too address that too. The reason why, guys, what happens if this is the reason why we don't give you interest and give you stuff, because what happens when we do that in a training video in the very first one, and that's a base to run off of. Because what happens is someone just gives you something. It's like giving a man a fish. That's cool. What happens when that doesn't work is guaranteed those interests that he's running are running for a bit, and then he's constantly having to find new ones, always. So even if you do take them now, cool, it might work for a little bit, and then you didn't learn anything. You didn't figure out how to split test, and Carlson's going to be showing you a little bit about that, and we'll talk about that too, but he'll show you how easy it is in here. But the reason why we do that is so you guys can learn how to do this stuff, because then once you learn how to find an interest that's working, you never have to do that, right? You can always go through and create one on your own, and that's exactly why we structure things like this and be able to have you guys learn how to split test on your own, so that you learn how to fish and you never run into issues like that. Sorry about that, Carlson, but yeah, that's good. just so they all know.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely true, guys. It's absolutely. I mean, I can prove that to you by simply knowing I manage 2 ad accounts, one for Renee and one for myself. I'll literally copy the same ads, put them and drive them from Renee's account, which I'm managing, and they just don't produce the exact same. Okay, guys, it's just how the game goes. So Jang, I can show them the whole back office, and I can actually run through a setup of one of the ads if you want.
Yeah, that's what I would love. I would love for you to run. Remember what you did with me? You ran through a setup. You did a bunch of different interests, a bunch of different countries, and showed the split testing part.
Okay, cool.
That's really all I want to show them, guys.
Okay, cool.
Because that's gonna really crank this up for you guys, being able to do that. Because it makes everything so much easier. I mean, it takes a and it's pretty well pretty fairly priced as well, which is good. But it's really good. There you go. So here, what else? Yeah, I can see your screen, boss.
Okay, guys. So basically, when you log into that Ad Espresso account, this is what your dashboard looks like, and it's an overall view of all of your campaigns and all of your ads. Okay, so it gives you a really cool, sharp look at how crystal clear that is. Right here, it tells you my average click-through rate, gives your average cost per click, your clicks, gives you all your basic metrics right here overall. Okay, and you can obviously adjust and change those. There's different customizations. But you can see, like here, look, guys, I ran, like I said, 9 campaigns and 108 different ads, and I did it all within 2 weeks. 2 weeks, guys, and I did it so fast. You can just run through the numbers. You can see everything lit up very quickly. So basically, that's how you get your ads going right there. What's kind of cool is there's usually, I'll show you the next page, but what's neat is, guys, running different ads, it'll actually tell you which ads are producing the best results. Like here, I can just hover over the top there. It'll tell you what that's producing. Cost per, that one I'm getting leads for $1.72. So guys, see what I mean there? It just shows you your metrics. Very easy, guys. You can see which ones are working, which ones aren't. Okay, and that's your overall view. And there's actually more stuff here usually, but I just changed the ad spend, so it has to kind of cycle through again. So guys, just to show you, I'm going to just show you this one. I'll show you what it looks like inside the dashboard of a single one. So here's an example, guys. Look, you can see 53 cent clicks, 155. You can see all your metrics very easily, right? Okay, all your stuff's, like I said, normally there's some more data right here to go through. What's really cool, guys, is it breaks it down so simply. And you guys can look at this. Look, here's some age groups. You can see which age groups are actually engaging the most right here. And guys, you can actually cycle through, see what genders, what placement. You can see what locations and countries are doing the best. And you can split all test that, what I'm going to show you here, just a couple clicks, okay? As well, guys, right here on the right, you can see this. This is what I was talking about earlier. I wish I would have had this kind of stuff before, because what's really cool is this one particular video, you can see how many people watch the whole thing, 95%, all the way down to 25%, and you can see the average cutoff time, right? So, it gives you some more metrics that to help you out. Anyways, and here's what's really cool down the bottom. You can cycle all the way down. You can see what that ad's producing, all the total engagement, the clicks, and your and how many people are actually getting over your capture page or your capture page, thank you page. And down here, guys, it tells you your cost per lead. This is huge, guys, because when you can start knowing your lead costs, like Jane and I worked out some numbers the other day. Once you start studying that, it gives you opportunity to scale a business quickly. So, all right, so I'm going to show you guys what it's like just to set up a new campaign. Oh, sorry, and there's more, guys. And a couple of you guys are watching this. Some of you guys, my guys, are already using it. And you guys are looking for tracking. This is where your tracking is, right back here. Okay, so you can put the pixels in there. So just want to put that up there. Okay, guys. So create a new campaign. Watch how easy this is. This is so fun. So I'll call this Butcher Boy. Butcher. How about Butcher Boy? How do you spell Butcher Boy? Butcher Boy meets Surfer. And see, here's the other account that I run. So I'm going to go down to my other account, guys. Now I run all of my ad accounts out of here now. Okay. And it's, so I don't go into Facebook anymore. So here you can also choose. You're going to do an external website, all these different choices. Actually, guys, they have Instagram down here. We get into a little bit later, but then you just go to your page. You go to the page post. You click proceed. Remember, guys, we are at the top here. So I'm going to click the page that I'm using, which one I'm managing. I'm going to go to this one. And then I want to promote a specific post. Okay. And there's all these auto stuff it can do as well, guys. You can set that up, but that's not really our focus. So I'm going to go down to, this one has like 34 shares right there. So I'm going to pick that ad right there, or that video right there. Okay. And then I'm going to get rid of the right column because, guys, we only go to mobile. And, you know, it's funny. Most people actually watch all this stuff on when I look at my metrics, mobile. It's really wild, mobile. Okay, guys, so that's loading. Loading up the preview of what it's going to look like. I'll click on my ad tracking. I'm going to add my conversion pixels for my leads. Okay. That's cool. That's what the ad looks like. Okay, guys. So you guys know how that works. Then you create your lead. Just gonna proceed to the next page. And so, guys, this is where it starts getting pretty fun. So I'm just gonna pick, guys, United States. Should pop up again for me. There we go. I'll do Canada. Okay. And then how about I'll just do those two. That's fine. Actually, I'll do the third one. How about Australia? Which doesn't really work very well for me, guys, but maybe it will for you. Australia. Okay. So if I want to pick those different places, obviously pick the language, do English all. There it is. Okay. So if you want to go all, again, age groups, I know 25 to 34 beats my best right now. So I'll focus on that one for this. But guys, what's really cool is you can break it down in age groups as well. You know, other stuff we don't really focus on. I'll break into some interests. I'll put, let's see, how about Tony Robbins? This is really cool, guys. You can, I'll just show you. Let's see, what's another author? How about Tim Ferriss? Okay, and how about another one? How about let's see, what's another one? Got one for me, Jane? Can't think. Tim Ferriss. How about Dale Carnegie?
Yeah, and it can be anything because you're not running an ad, so you can just show
right. So yeah, I'm not. I'm just want to give you an example. It's going to be so let's say Dale Carnegie, guys. Okay, I didn't spell that right. I'm going to put up 3 for you so you can see the difference. Okay, so again, you can choose who, and I always choose people who are not connected to my fan page already because I'm trying to get new customers here. You can go through different targets here. So I'm going to proceed to the next slide. And here's what's really cool, guys. You can split test all these very quickly. All right. So you can split test different locations. Here we start creating multiple ads. So I can break it down into the genders. I can break it down locations. I can break it down into placement. So you can break down your interest. Now I have 18 different ads, right? And I have a max of 250 ads. If I want to break it down even more, like, well, how about placement? Now I've got 36 ads. Okay. Go to the next spot, pick your ad cost, and then, guys, now you're running those ads, and what happens, it'll split that $10 into all of those different ads. So if you have 36 ads, you have 50 ads, but it'll tell you if you're running, say, 60 ads, it'll tell you maybe your ad budget's too low. Like if I just go, let's say $3, I try to proceed, it'll just tell you your ad budget needs to be at least $36. Okay, guys. So that's how that works, guys. It's really, really helped me out a tremendous amount. You guys will see more and more leads just coming in like crazy from this. Let's see, guys. Stop sharing my screen. Am I back?
Yeah.
Stop sharing. Okay, guys. So again, what the cool thing is, to break it down simply, as I showed you all that stuff, you can easily set up your ads very, very quickly. You can see all of your metrics broken down very, very easily. They're even color coordinated for you. And it's just a lot easier, guys, than I've ever found for something to use for like that. Throw it over to you, Django.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome, and it was so cool. For those of you guys that are interested, hit me up. If you're in Carlson's team, if you're with Carlson, hit Carlson up. He'll be able to hook you up with a link for that. For all the rest of you guys, if you're not in Carlson's team, hit me up. We can get you set up with that, so you guys know how to. I believe, what is it, $50 a month you start with?
Yeah, you guys call it like a 14-day trial, and it's like, yeah, $49 a month.
Yeah, and I just saw too that they have you can. I always, when I do that, if they have the ability to get a discount, I always go for that. I just paid the full thing, and it was 50% off. If you get,
yeah, that's the best way to do it, right?
Yeah, but I'll hook you guys up with all of that guys after. But the reason why, like, this is now what it's going to be able to allow you to do is think about that. So how many was it? 60 ads on a $36 budget?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? So this is the thing, guys. Now think about this. Right out of the gate, you're testing 60 ads for $36. You know what I mean? Now you can instantly get some data that's going to allow you to be able to, because now, Carlson, when you first did this, now all of a sudden you're hit and miss, but then you did this and did how many ads the first time?
I did 9 campaigns, 108 ads total.
108 ads total, and then what did that brought out? You got to win. How much did you spend over that test? Do you know?
I think it was about $600 over, not for the test, guys. I don't remember the dollar amount. Over the 2 weeks I spent, it was like $600 to get it dialed down.
Yeah. But you're getting hundreds of leads at
hundreds of leads at that point. That's when I ramped it up. So at the end of that, I ramped it up. So I was going at I think the highest one was probably $35, and that was for maybe almost 60 ads. But then again, I wasn't testing some of the extra ones that I put in there. So I was testing interest, I was testing location, and testing male, female. And that's, yeah. So, but that highest one was probably like 35, and then most of them around $15 to $20. I was able to test 10, 20, 30 different ads at a time per those campaigns.
And what was cool, what I liked about that, and guys, the reason why I got so excited about this is you could now, instead of going and creating all of them, you put all the countries that you want to target, you put all the interests that you want to have, all that stuff, and now it's going to make every variation of all the countries, of all the interests, and all of that, and you're going to see which ones are working, which ones aren't, very, very quickly. This is going to be able to really, really cut down your time when it comes to spending ads. And me and Julian just got it set up now. We're just getting set up with it, and it's a lifesaver being able to do that so fast. Can you guys get that? Let me know in the chat here. You guys get why that helps out a lot? I mean, if any of you guys are, Scott's is so easy. Jeff says you want this. Jeff, hit me up. You guys, hit me up. I'll hook you guys up with the link for that.
Sorry, I cut in. And something else I didn't show you guys on there, what's really neat is it has a custom optimizations, and you can use their parameters, you know what I mean, their custom optimization, or you can actually set your own. So if your mark's 59 cents per ad, all the optimization, certain ads will shut off if they're not performing properly, other ads will be boosted. As well, guys, I haven't played with this part yet because but looking at time zones, you can actually have the ads going on and off during certain times. So maybe they're not running from midnight to 6 a.m., but they're running from 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till midnight Eastern Standard Time. You know what I mean? So there's actually availability to have the ads turning off, and all this self-optimization in there, and it will give you recommendations after your ads have been running for like 3 or 4 days. It'll start popping up little notices and saying, hey, this ad's not performing so well, this one's performing, do you want to reboost? And it's really cool.
Yeah, for all you guys, whoever ever wants a link, hit me up, and we'll either get you over to Carlson or get you over to whoever. Hit me up or Eric Carlson, and we will get you set up. All right, guys, so now some of you guys aren't even at this level yet, right? This is just the reason why I wanted to put that out there. Like, I know David's going to see this, and unless he has this set up already, he's going to be like, hell yeah, I want to use that. Like, it's just going to make everything so much easier. Some of you guys are coming in, and that's, your budget right now, $50 adding to that, maybe it's too much. And that's fine, right? Then we're just going to progress and keep doing what you're doing until you can get to that point. But the faster you get to there, now all of a sudden your efforts are multiplied by like 100. For those of you guys, one of the biggest issues that people are having is that split testing, finding out the ads and interests that worked. And now you really get to see, guys, we have no idea what interests are going to work. We don't know what, we have no clue. We are literally doing split tests. This is the reason why we'll put up 100 ads to find a few that are working good, right? And so this is going to allow you to do that in a lot faster way. You're not have to manually create 100 ads. You can actually just go through and have it create every split test possible for that, which makes it, so as you can see from Carlson doing that, he could have just set up, how many was it, 60 ads in how long? We were just doing that for, you know, the couple minutes that he showed you that, right?
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool. David, did you get a chance to see that? Did you see, I don't know if you just popped out now.
Yeah, I literally just I just got on my call. I was going to watch the video, though, that Carlson made up. I'm going to watch that tonight because I started watching it and I got in the middle of some stuff. I couldn't finish it up, but and I kind of caught the tail end here.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, check that out and then just hit me up. We'll get you set up.
Okay.
But it's you're gonna love it, dude. It just makes everything so much easier when it comes to that. Now, guys, again, keep in mind when we're going over all of this stuff, when we're showing you now how to split test, and now we're actually showing you how to multiply your efforts by so much, right? In the end, it all comes down to, this is why I was saying at the beginning, you guys want to make sure that you know your vision and where you guys are going. This is now an amazing multiplier. If you're running out and you're already testing ads and stuff, remember how I'm always saying, as we're moving forward, they're always going to be throwing fuel to the fire. This is a big-ass jerry can right now that you could be throwing on your marketing, right? And it's going to really, really be able to help you guys get some amazing results. And I wouldn't say that if I wasn't going to use it myself. I'm going to blow the crap out of it and split test everything. This is the thing. Now you can split test literally everything. The only thing that stood in your way before is that would take you hours to go and set up all of those ads, which can be a nuisance in itself. And now you're able to go and do that. And guys, this is just going to make it that much easier as we go moving forward there. And that's really the biggest thing. For all of you guys that are here right now, most of you guys are not building your own pages yet. You're just getting set up. You're learning ads. This is going to help you so crucially to get past that first point. Some of you guys luck out and get an ad converting right away. Some of you guys have now learned how to split test. This is just going to amplify everything that you're doing moving forward, especially when you start getting to bigger ad budgets. Then you really get to test some really good data and you get to see all the metrics. I know some of you guys are having issues with finding out how the cost per click. Everything in this is really set out nice. And especially when you get to the point, guys, when you guys have done your 7-figure sales training and then gone through and started to build your own pages, when you can track to lead like Carlson was showing you, you can see your conversions right in there as well. Not only just your cost per click, which you wanted to keep below 50 cents, but you can see your cost per conversion, which is going to be able to, now you can see every single ad off the hundreds of ads that you're able to go out and set up and split test at one time. You now have the ability to go out and do that. So for those of you, how many? We got 10 here. If you're those of you guys, if you're not in the chat, I don't know if I'm just not, my chat here is just not refreshing. But yeah, let me know. Oh, I clicked the wrong link. My computer's been super slow here. I'm going to have to get a new MacBook and get a doobly discount.
Yeah.
All right, that'll be. Oh, you know, yeah.
I'm just about to get one too, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude, they're huge, huge. And what's Okay, let me try and get over here. Yeah, for those of you guys, I don't know how many of you guys, if you are, actually let me in the chat if you guys are reading The Power and Full of Engagement. If you guys are on that, it's fine if you're not. If you're reading another book, cool. But how many of you guys in there are reading that book? I actually am pretty much, I think I just have one more chapter left. I'll be done tomorrow. But it was really, really, really good when setting up your productivity and stuff. And now this is the thing, guys. We're always looking for ways to make our job easier, right, and faster, right? So when we come into a tool like this that's going to make our split testing way faster and way easier, we're going to let you guys know. Obviously, like what Carlson said, he goes, he's going to go and test it. He tested it out for 2 weeks or however long to see, get all the data, see how it all worked, and now it's been working amazingly, getting him some amazing results. And we actually structured out exactly how he's going to be able to do 30K. As long as he keeps the numbers that he has right now, he's going to be able to crush out a 30K month. And that just made his life that much easier in the process of going to do that, right? And it just makes it a lot more effortless. The more things we can do that, the easier this process is going to be able to get. Forget Click Magic. I'm getting this. Click Magic, Josh. I don't want to bash Click Magic. We will be using a lot. I am actually using it for certain things, and they actually came out with a lot of really cool uses and new updates for it. so that click magic is actually really, really good. But yeah, okay, so who else is? Dylan, you're late. It's all good. You can go back and watch the replay and watch the rest of it. Yeah, Josh, but it is really good. Matt just got the magic. That's awesome, dude. I saw you running into some issues. I don't know if you watched this whole thing, but I brought up some stuff in the beginning. It's all a test, dude. You're gonna go through a lot of stuff like that. I can remember countless times when I was first getting started, and Carlson will probably, it's the same things. Countless times where you run into issues like that, where it just seems like everything's going against you, and that's like the real time where you're gonna have to like step back, get clear, and then think about, okay, what do I need to do to be able to get past this? What's going on here? Am I missing something? Is there something that I'm not doing? What do I need to do? And if you don't know what you need to do, maybe just go back to the training that you're following, watch through all the way through. But make sure, too, whenever you get into issues like this, I know firsthand how frustrating it can be, and how how pissed off you can get. Just blatantly when you start running into that. You got accounts, man. Your ads aren't converting, right? All these different things. There's lots of things that can come up that can get you frustrated. So being able to, this is again why we always lean back to personal development, focusing on yourself, getting clear. So if you do run into these issues, step out, right? Unplug for the day, unplug for a couple days, whatever you need to do to get back and get clear to be able to go through and be able to crush it and really get into a state. I want you guys to really think about this. When you guys go to set up ads, this is something I don't know if Carlson does. We were doing, like me, Julian, and some of the other guys, whenever we're going to go do ads, we'll always like sit down for a sec too and really kind of think about it. What is our end goal? Obviously for the ads that we're doing. Obviously for the ads that we're running, we're wanting to find some combinations that are going to get us obviously the cheapest clicks. We're going to attract our customers that are people that we are wanting to work with, that are reflections of ourselves. We're wanting to attract people that we know are actually serious, that are really like thinking about is the customer you're wanting to attract. What are you wanting this ad to kind of do? And well, take a couple minutes and just kind of get into the state of what I'm wanting this to, what result and what do I want to expect to get out of when I go through and set up these split tests, and what is it going to get me? And I'm always looking forward where I'm going. It's always getting me a step closer to there. That's ultimately the end goal. And I'm like, okay, right? And just getting really, this is why when you're really, really serious and you really know your goal and where you're going and stuff, you can really engineer what you want to create, right? And David and Carlson, you guys are going to start to see that more and more and more. I mean, Carlson, when you go and crush 30K by the, in that 30-day period, you're gonna go, damn, like I knew, of course it was gonna happen. I strategically engineered that to happen. There was no other way. And this is the thing too, guys, when you guys are really getting down to it and really knowing your numbers, this is how, like, ultimately we want to get you guys all to the point where you're making your own pages. It is more effort, but that's ultimately where we want you to go. Now, we don't want you to rush there because there's some of you guys that are running into issues with ads. We want to get you to the point where it's a seamless process. You're running ads really, really good. Don't try and sprint before you can crawl. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that we get you through, we get you good at ads, then start doing the 7-figure sales process, then move on to going through the training to be able to put together your own pages, right? Because when you get to really know your numbers and know your cost per lead, you can still pretty much do this with a cost per click base, because we do know that on average, as long as you're getting 50-cent clicks, you should be getting around $2 leads, right? So you can kind of do that without, Steve King is a perfect example of that. He's never touched a page. All he's done is ran traffic to the system and just kept an eye on his clicks. That's literally all he does. Doesn't do his own calls, doesn't do anything. The guy does $7,000 his first month, not taking a call, not touching nothing. Right? You guys can very easily do that. David, was there something you wanted to say?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on that because everybody wants to jump in and really like take full control of their entire business. I was like that, but I came into this with a ton of kind of sales experience and other experiences that kind of helped me in that entire process. Even though I had never really done this type of thing before. But just like you said, the guy on my team who has made the most amount of money, literally all he did was run ads. And the guy who made the most in like 1 month, Sean, he just buckled down on the ads training, found an ad that converted, threw as much money on there as he could, and he made over $1,100, and he's made some more after that as well. And he had a kind of a lag time because of getting his prepaid card from Paylution or whatever. But he's back up now. But it just goes to show that I'm a believer in really mastering the basics. And if you haven't mastered the basics yet, I'm a believer that you're just getting in over your head trying to do all this other stuff. And you know, it wasn't really in my nature to do it like that. It's just how I am. But I would say I probably got lucky more than skill. You know, I just got lucky enough that I was able to talk to all the people and, you know, really just kind of handle everything and just dove in and did it. But like I said, from my experience, the people on my team so far that have had the best success really just mastered ads. Because literally, when you get 5 or 6 of your first people underneath you, for those out there that if you're still trying to get your first couple people, you know, like my first goal for literally all of my people is you have to get your 3 first people either at TM or PPA, because really that is the launch pad for being able to do the next steps. You know, when you get those first 3 people, even if it's a TM, you're getting almost like $500 from that when it's all said and done. And, you know, that's your ad budget the next month. And so when you're focused on all this other stuff, you're kind of missing the things that will help launch you in the very beginning. You know, like Sean only got 3 people his first, or I think it was like 4 people his first month, but 3 of them were PPAs, and he made over $1,000 just from that alone. And so literally I've had like 3 people come in and make right around that amount in like a 4 to 6 week period. Literally from here on out, their entire business is self-sufficient. Their entire business. Moving forward, unless they really want to take it to the next level and do their own pages and everything, they're not going to spend a dime out of pocket from here on out. Their business is self-sufficient. They've made enough commissions from the very beginning that they're going to be able to fund their ads from here on out. And that's, in my opinion, everybody needs to focus on those basics, because the worst thing is having to spend a ton of money out of pocket really trying to do all this stuff. You know, you want to get self-sufficient as quickly as possible, and just focusing on those basics, finding that ad that hits at like 40 cents a click, and just believing in the system and your mentor enough to spend $20, $30 a day for a couple weeks. And when you do that, it's like pretty much guaranteed. It's like it's guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what's really awesome, guys, and we can't stress this enough that you really want to master these basics before you do move on. Now, I did put that training in there, and it is a little bit of a distraction. Some people are jumping in there without fully mastering this stuff, and like David's saying, that can add, all of a sudden you're adding more pieces to the puzzle. It can be a little bit more frustrating when 100% of your effort should be going towards ads. So really, like what David's saying, get your first 3 people that are coming in. That should be your goal first. You shouldn't be building your pages and doing any of that stuff until you get your first 3, really. And you should be able to do that very, very easily as long as you're following through. And like what David was saying too, when you're taking your ad budget, it can become self-sufficient. What you guys really want to be able to get to the point of is really getting crucial and really getting down, like how much are you spending per month on ads, no matter what, even if you don't get a return back too, right? Like how much can you spend every single month, right? Because all the money you're making in your business, that's all going to funnel back as well. That should be all going back onto ads. But getting a number down so that even if for your first month you don't make anything, for your second month you don't, for God forbid, when I first got started, when you're saying your buddy got 4 people in his first month, and those are $2,500, $2,500, $2,500, and $700. That's like $8,000 in sales. It took me 6 months to get a $25 sale, right? So you guys are seeing, like, even if, you know what I mean? It takes 6 months to do that. Who cares? Look at the life you're able to create to be able to go out and do that. And guys, just focus on that stuff. Like, just 100% of your focus on mastering the basics, getting those ads down. I like that as a good goal. Shoot for your first 3, 4 people, really, even before you even consider going on to building your own pages and doing all that other stuff. Because you want to master one thing before you move on to that next part. Otherwise, it's kind of like you're building on a foundation that's kind of crappy, and that can fall at any time, right? So I'm really glad that you touched on that, David. That was really good, because that's going to be one of the, really, if all you did was compound your money, just focus on ads. Don't even think about anything else. If you can, get Ad Espresso, because it's going to help you with split testing and everything, but your 100% effort is going on ads. That's it. You don't need to build your pages. You don't need to do any of that stuff. Go on your ads, say I got a $300 a month marketing budget that I know every month I can spend $300 without spending anything else. Like that's the one I have. Now that month I'm spending $300. Even if I make nothing, cool. Next month I have $300 again that I'm going to spend on ads. Next month, oh wow, I made $100. Most people look at it as a loss. I've touched on this a couple times, but you compound all of those earnings back over. Now the next month you have $400, even though you only made $100 the month before. So if you keep consistent with the budget that you have and keep reinvesting your earnings, all of a sudden it goes 400 up to 500 up to 800 up to 1,000. All of a sudden you hit one that cranks and you go up to 8,000. You know what I mean? All you need is one to really crank, and the more data you run, the more you're spending on ads, the faster you're going to find that one that cranks, and the faster you're going to be able to scale that one to get to that $10,000 a month, like that you guys all are wanting to search out and go for. But it really comes down to just really mastering the basics. Like David was saying, get that down and focus on ads. And if you're having trouble with split testing and stuff, I can guarantee you Ad Espresso 2, that's going to be able to help you split test so much faster, because now instead of you having to create everything, you put in your interest, you put in your countries that you want to target, and it's going to make all the variations possible. Put up 80 ads at once and split your budget between them all, and you're going to be able to get some really, really good data, see all your clicks, how much they're costing you, if you know, and be able to scale up really quick. Right? You're going to be able to test way more in a way faster time and get through that kind of barrier a lot quicker, which is going to be crucial in helping you guys, because that's really all you guys have to do. A lot of guys will come in here, and the thing that I think hurts it the most is that in our traditional society, it's difficult to earn money. It is, and most people are under the impression that it's like really hard to earn money. So when they come online, sometimes you have that same belief that, you know what, if it's hard to make money out there, it must be hard to make money out here. We want to make it as simple as possible. Only be running ads. Especially if you find it's hard to manage a bunch of things, only do ads, 100% of it. Get Ad Espresso, use that, and only be split testing ads until you get your first 3 people in. If you don't have your first 3 people in, keep doing it. Keep doing it. This is another reason why you're looking at your vision. You're always looking out there, right? And so your first step to get there is get your first 3 people in. And you don't stop until you get those first 3 people and get them through. And then you're getting them set up. You're building that foundation on them as well, because they're getting set up going through the same process that you're doing, right? And now all of a sudden it starts to really get out, because the biggest thing here, guys, is not just your personal production, right? That's a small part of this whole puzzle. The majority of your income is going to come through team production, and so just being able to just simplify it, the simpler we make this process, the more of you guys are going to succeed. And this is why we have a system like this. There's a reason why we don't teach everyone to build their pages and run their own ads and do their own split testing and do all that at the very beginning, because that's what me and Carson everyone had to go through, and it was wild. There's too many things in there. That's why I master the ads first. That's it. If all you guys took from today was like, all I'm going to do is focus on ads and read and listen to audios, really get clear. If you haven't read out your vision, go back into our file section, check out that one where you write out your vision, know where you're going, right? So that no matter what happens, nothing's going to stop you from getting those first 3 people. There's nothing on the planet that can possibly stop you if your vision's big enough. Because what's the alternative? You continue living the way that you are, you continue out of your job, you continue doing it. There's nothing that can stop you if you want that bad enough. If you know, we talked about this last time when David came out, it really stems down to how bad do you want it, right? Are you willing to go through and do whatever it takes to be able to go through? Because really when you look at this, this is the easiest way to earn an income. Me and Julian were laughing today because we both made over $1,000 or $1,500 just with a couple of things that we were testing the last little bit, and we were out snowboarding. We were snowboarding on a mountain, like on a chairlift, and we're like, no way. We got email notifications. We're like, are you really, like, this is the thing, guys. What do you guys want to do? You're Carlson. You want to be able to surf and do all these things. Well, following through and mastering the basics, just focusing on ads, really getting that cranking so you get your first 3 people and build that foundation, and moving off of that, that's what's going to get you there. That's what's going to get you to being able to have that lifestyle. Guys, we have the ability here to live a lifestyle that most people dream of. Me and Julian were just thinking about this as we had some people come up, and everyone that comes by, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe that you can even live a life like this. I can't even believe that it's possible. Most people don't even realize it, and you don't even realize how easy it is for every single one of you guys. And you're going to run into speed bumps. Know that. We talked about that last week as well. You're going to run into things that don't work. You're going to run into ad accounts that get shut down. You're going to run into so many things, but who cares? Really, who cares? When you look at the big picture, all of a sudden these things that happen, your big picture's up here. The things that are happening are like way down here. Who cares? if an ad account gets shut down. I still get to live the life of my dreams. I'll create a new one and do whatever. Every single one of you guys have the ability to do this. I'm not special. David's not special. Art Carlson's not special. Right? We're not better than anyone else. We chose to focus and master the basics and move from there, right? And be able to go through and you know, David got to the point where he wanted to challenge himself. He got ads down pretty well, and then he started going through and he challenged himself and learned the other stuff, which for when you have mastered the basics can be the next step for you to be able to go for. But until you get to that point and really get that stuff dialed in, that's really all you guys should be focusing on. It's just that. Make it easy for yourself. Make it easy, because making money is extremely easy, as long as the big thing is just kind of getting out of your own way. David?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in terms of like you know, perseverance, and a lot of people, you know, get so frustrated because of ads accounts, or you know, people not coming in, or you know, not joining up right away, not upgrading. And with one of my guys, Tom, over in England, he was, you know, he started several months ago, and he started running his ads. He was getting so frustrated because he was getting like 2 of his people wanted refunds, like right away. His first 2 people wanted refunds, and you know, he was spending this money, spending money, and nothing was like working. Like, his people were coming in, but they just weren't the right people, didn't have the money, and you know, I could just tell he was right there on giving up. Like, I could tell, and I'm like, dude, you're right there, you're right there. And like I said, he had been spending quite a bit of money for almost, you know, 2 or 3 months, and you know, it was just, I'm like, dude, you're almost there, you're almost there. And what's crazy is some people that had signed up underneath him like a month before finally joined, right? And he had 2 people that went PPA and 1 person that went TM. He made like over $1,000. And again, he's now from there set. I mean, his, you know, his entire business is set moving forward. And you know, one thing I always tell everyone is that, look, you know, you never know who's going to see your ad and literally not show up for a month, right? Like, you just never know. Well, you know, I get people all the time coming through my funnel that register, and they don't show up to a webinar for 3-4 weeks. I mean, it happens all the time for whatever reason. And you know, but you know, really having the perseverance to really, like, at the end of the day, believing in the system, that it does work, and that if you focus, like we've been talking about, on the basics, and you're willing to kind of put it all out there, spend the real money on ads, as much as you can truly budget for it, it's literally just a matter of time. It's not like a if, it's a when, for sure. It will happen. It's 100%. It's just a matter of, you know, some people get there faster than others, and there's, you know, there's sometimes no explanation as to why certain people come in and jump right to PPA right then and there, and other people do it differently. But you know, I was so impressed with him and how much he stuck it out and had the perseverance to really make it happen, and it's paid off. Again, he's self-sufficient. He's made $1,000. He's running ads, you know, no longer out of pocket, really, you know, the rest of his time with us here. And so, if you're struggling, if you're having those problems, have faith in the system, and even double down. You know, I mean, if you're kind of half in and half out, and you're only spending like $5 a day on ads or whatever, double down. You know, put it all on the table. Spend $10, $15, $20 a day. Just like my guy Sean, I think he budgeted up to like $20 or $25 a day, but he literally only did it for like 2 weeks. You know what I mean? And got all of that came in and made $1,000 just by budgeting that for 2 weeks, and it paid him double what he spent. So, you know, if you're having the hard times, it's really just about the perseverance to know that it will happen if you just follow the system and stick with it.
Yeah, for sure. And what you're gonna see too, you're filling a pipeline, guys. Like what Dave's saying, you're gonna come through times where it takes a month. Guys, I've had a list for a while. Me and Carson have been building lists for a couple of years now. I've had people that have joined on a list and not bought for like a year and a half, closer to 2 years, right? You have no idea what happens, because guess what? Someone can register and then their dog dies or something happens where they're not thinking about anything in their email, And then life happens, and then they go into so many other, like, you cannot possibly imagine the things that people go through in their daily lives, and then stuff happens. But then all of a sudden, one day, they go, oh, wait, what was that in my email? And they finally go back to it. Everyone's different. Some people, that can be a year and a half in. So when you're building your pipeline, you can be assured when you start really filling that pipeline for 90, 120 days and really starts getting filled, then all of a sudden when sales start coming in, it's kind of full. You're going to start to see the residual effect of your pipeline that you're being filled from the days before that, right? This is the thing too, like as long as you stay consistent, you persevere through, you're going to run into issues, but stay consistent and keep doing it. You're going to eventually run into an ad that converts and be able to scale that out like crazy. You're going to be able to fill a huge pipeline, get your first 3 guys who end up crushing it, get their first 3 guys. All of a sudden, you have 12 people in your team. They're all crushing. You know what I mean? All of a sudden, it multiplies out huge, right? And it can go really, really, really quick. And some guys get to that point where, like, you ever seen that picture where it's like the guy digging for the diamonds and he's like right there. He's like right there. He's like, screw it, I give up. And he goes and leaves. And the other guy's walking in, and he goes in and he just chips a little bit. He's like, oh my God, I'm there, right? This is going to happen a lot of times. And the time before you create your biggest success, you're going to have a lot of times where it's like one of the times where you really want to give up. I've had a lot of those times where you get into a point where you're like, shit, like, can I do this? Is this going to work? Know that you're going to come into those things. Again, why we focus on the personal development and stuff, to make sure that whenever that happens, you know to push past it, because that's where you start to get the amazing results. When you, no matter what happens, no matter what gets thrown in your way, you push back at it. You're always going to have tests. They're all tests to make sure that you really want it, right? And if you give up, you didn't really want it, so why are you going to get it, right? The people that push past and go through, and I mean, none of you guys are really going to have to go through what Carlson, how many things that Carlson had to do. Look at how many companies he did, how many things he tried to sell for how many years, right? Years, guys. This isn't coming in your first month and getting 4 sales. You know what I mean? This is years of lots of company. This is the thing, and that's normally what the industry goes through. 95% of the industry goes through that, right? The thing is, when you first come in and you see everyone crushing it so fast, because we have a system that's so good, you're like, you're mad if you don't get results super fast. Guys, give it time. Fill your pipeline. Focus on your ads. Let that stuff, give it time to manifest and work and grow, right? Don't beat yourself up. You got to think about this too. If you're focusing on your dream, and this is what you're creating right now is your dream, and you come to me, Gary Vee had a great quote about that. He goes, someone comes up to me, they're talking about your dream lifestyle, and you're talking to me 6 months saying you want to give up on your dream? Are you kidding me? Like, what kind of a mindset is that? Your dream lifestyle. You go in a year, 2 years, and you're gonna quit and give up and go, no, I don't want to live my dream? No. You do whatever it takes. And if you have that mindset, you're farther better off than 95% of the population, and all of a sudden you're going to see that you randomly start being a lot luckier than you ever used to be, because you're working a lot harder than everyone else. You get way more opportunity than everyone else. Little things, all of a sudden you start to get ads that convert all the time. All of a sudden your pages start working better. It just starts to create this, it just starts to grow. It gets to a point of exponential growth where you can't even stop the income coming in, because it just keeps growing so much. It's just building that foundation and mastering the principles at the base, so that you're building on a strong foundation when you're going up. And I really like that you came out and said that, David. Make sure that you're focusing on that stuff, on the basics, reading audios, focusing on your vision every day, no matter what. That doesn't even come into question. But then when you're doing business, that's all you're focusing on is ads. And if today you ran some tests on ads and you didn't get good ads that converted, you better be creating all new ads for tomorrow. All new. Don't wait again and like after the day, if you don't get good ads, split test more. With Ad Espresso, once you guys, I sent some of you guys the links, and for the rest of you guys, hit me up. I'll hook you up with it. Or if you're in Carlson's team, hit up Carlson. But once you're able to do this, now all of a sudden, instead of only split testing 5 different ads a day, some of you guys aren't even doing that. Some are testing 2 ads a day, 3 ads a day. Think about how much faster you're going to find an ad that converts when instead of testing 5, you're now testing 108. Right? It's way faster, like ridiculously faster. That's 20 times faster. You're going to get data. that's 20 times more likely that you're going to get an ad that converts. 20 times more likely that you're going to have that one ad that you're just one ad away from of getting that $10,000 a month, right? It's a multiplier that's going to make this a lot easier. And that's all you guys need to focus on, really. We're right on the hour here. I know we got to all jump over to Elite for those of you guys that are jumping in there. We got to make sure that we're there for in a minute. Make sure they're there. Carlson, was there anything that you wanted to touch on before we jump off, your boss? No? I can't hear. You're muted. I don't know, unmuted right now.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Just last thing, reiterate a couple key things, guys. Give it time. You're going to fill up your pipeline. You have to be patient, guys. I see guys that come in over 30 days. Like, first week of October, people are still coming in right now, guys. So you have to realize, you have to remember, you're filling a pipeline, guys. And if you're bringing in 1 lead, 2 leads, 3 days, guys, you really got to work on dialing those ads down and just work on using the split testing and getting more people in their leads, guys. I start seeing movement when I start getting 20, 30 leads up. You're going to start seeing more movement in your business, guys. But again, give it time. Think about filling up your pipeline. And when you do get frustrated, you think, you know what? Can I do this? Is it going to work? You already have enough proof. You have enough evidence. I've gone through this shit. Jang has. Everybody in this community has any kind of results have been through it. And we're getting results only because we were in your spot going, damn it. And we were like, you know what? I'm going to keep going, though, because if he's doing it, I'm doing it. He's doing it, I'm doing it. And that's the only thing I kept telling myself every single time I got frustrated. So just remember that, guys. Always keep moving. Everything you need is in front of you, okay? Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate you too, buddy. David, anything you wanted to touch on before we jump off here, boss?
Focus on the basics.
Yeah, we stopped the whole recording. All we did, we're just going to record it, say, just master the basics. And then we'll just stop it. It'll be 7 seconds. That's all we'll say. That'll be tonight's team hangout. I'm gonna just edit this.
honestly though, I would make a challenge. If anybody out there is new, they're just getting started, they're having trouble with their ads, or they've maybe found an ad that's converted. I challenge you to really double down, believe in the system, and if you're new and you're still kind of just with a really small budget, I challenge all of you to spend $20 to $25 a day on ads for just 2 weeks. At least 2, at the most 3 weeks, because I almost guarantee if you have split tested properly, you found a legitimate ad that is converting at under 50 cents, especially if you're in that 40-cent mark. Really, focus on the system. Put $20 to $25 a day for a couple weeks. And I literally almost guarantee that maybe not right away, but from the money you spend, you will earn that back plus more. Because the reason that I say that is from experience, not from myself, but literally from my team members as well, that have done that. Every single time they've done that, they've earned that money back plus some. Because you're rewarded for those risks when you do believe in the system and you do believe in what's going on. Literally, and this is what I tell everyone, I don't make shit from you spending wasteless money on Facebook ads, right? I don't have like a bunch of stock in Facebook, right? So I literally have no benefit in telling you to go spend all this money on Facebook if it really doesn't work. Not at all, right? So that's the one thing that there's no reason for us to tell you that if it's not a legit thing. So, if you have that ad that is working, throw as much money on you as you can, because literally every single time one of my teammates has went to that, that $20 a day threshold or higher, they've started getting people literally almost every webinar. So that's what I would suggest for really anyone out there that is kind of struggling and wanting to really get this thing rocking.
Absolutely. Yeah, just to add to that, I've never had a $10,000 month where I didn't spend at least $50 a day. Never, right? If you guys want to, really, when you get that ad that's converting, spend as much as you possibly can, obviously within your budget, but spend as much as you possibly can on that ad when if it's under 50 cents a click, it's filling your pipeline and it's going to convert eventually as you start to fill it. We know it's going to do that. Carlson's proof, David's proof, Justin's proof, I'm proof, Julian's proof, Ray's proof, thousands of people, so many people here are proof, right? Trust it. Know that you're going to get the results. Know that what you're doing every day is going to produce you a result. It's going to, right? It might take a little bit to get over that barrier between you and who Carlson is, or you and Dave. I don't want you guys to compare yourselves to all of the people on the panel here, or Justin, or anyone else. Don't compare yourselves to those people, right? You're the only person you're comparing yourself is you. Just be a little bit better. Get a little bit better ad that converts a little bit more, right? Start spending a little bit more on ads, read a little bit more, listen to more audios. Just be a bit better than who you were the day before. Be consistent and persevere and keep moving forward, and I guarantee you, we're going to start having you. You're going to be able to come up, and you're going to be sharing your success story, how you got through the struggles that you went through, and all of a sudden you kept persevering, kept going through, kept focusing on the basis, and your pipeline got filled, and you started crushing it. And now you're on to making your 10K month, your next 10K month. And this is what's going to be able to happen for every single one of you that actually follows what we lay out. And it's just to be honest, if you guys are going to go through, as long as you do what we tell you to do and you just keep doing it, you follow the training, you master the basics, and you just do that and keep doing it, and just keep progressing, be a little bit better, get a little bit better at split testing, get a little bit cheaper clicks, a little bit more reading, a little bit more audios, a little bit better. Every day. That's it. It doesn't have to be huge. You don't have to read a book in a whole day. It could be the tiniest little amount, but you're just being that tiny little bit better. And I guarantee you, you're going to be able to go out and create something that you never even thought was possible. Just like Carlson, just like David's now starting to see, Justin, Jake, tons of people here, right? Every single one of you. Now we're 5 past the hour. We want to make sure that we all get to jump on Elite here. So thank you guys for all shouting out. If you guys do need to get hooked up with that, David messaged me too, because I'll set you up with that. So either hit up David, hit up Carlson, or hit up me, and we'll be able to hook you up with that. All right, guys, I appreciate you all, and we'll see you on the next webinar. Take care, guys.
Later.